Hello and welcome to our review of Team Sonic Racing. We're GamingStooges. Someone say something. Someone say hi.
Hi.
All right, that was a mess of audio right there. Perfect.
Yeah.
So
You got what you wanted.
yeah, I did get what I got what I asked for, which is perfectly fine.
Make some noise.
So June is typically our Sonic month. Happy Sonic month because Sonic's birthday is in June. So we thought we would record a review for the latest Sonic title that came out, which is Team Sonic Racing. We all picked up the game. Some of us picked it up on different systems. Justin picked it up on the PlayStation 4. And
the rest of us got it for the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, with one voice now. The Switch, okay, is what Cloud, Jack, and myself got it for. So, that is what our experiences are going to be based off of that, in case people are wondering when we get down to, like, the nitty-gritty details of, like, visuals and stuff. I don't know. Alright, where do we want to start with this one? Review-wise.
What is Team Sonic Racing?
It's a racing game.
Oh,
Well, it's
yeah.
essentially the next installment of the Sumo created Sonic Racing titles. It's a little bit different than the last couple. This one,
It is.
no-brainer, features all Sonic characters, although that opens up some different avenues with the gameplay this time. As the title suggests, it is much more focused on team-based racing as opposed to just individual racers, as is with pretty much every other kart racer out there. You actually really want to be working with your teammates on any given course, and there's a lot of mechanics that work with this. Basically, if you use these mechanics to your advantage, you will do much better in a race than if you just try to go about things like you would any other car racer. What would you like to add to that?
Let's see here.
Get into the nitty-gritty of it?
Yeah, we can. I mean, that's a good enough overview of the game. So this game, just dive right into the mechanics. The major, like Cloud was just saying, the major mechanics are the team focus. There are modes where you can play by yourself, but the entire story mode is team-based. You'll be playing with 2 AI on all the races. There's some single-player stuff that you're going to be the only card on there for. But one of the big things is you are in groups of 3. So there's a speed character, a power character, and a technical character. Each one has their own stat layouts, like you would find in a Mario Kart's heavy weight system. That's essentially what it splits people up into that. Each one has what it does better. Some of them are faster. Some of them can go through the rough better. Each one has their own unique weapon type or items that you can get with powers. That is why they split it up into those 3 categories. And each team has at least one of those on whenever you're playing. Unless you really randomize what you're doing. Each racer has customizable kart parts that you can use. So you can swap out different parts, and that'll do an actual visual change to the kart, as well as change the stats on it. And there's 15 racers total, and how many tracks are there again?
21.
21, yeah, 21 tracks.
They're split into sets of 3, and there's 7 different zones, we'll say. It's basically like a Sonic game in its truest form, in that sense, where you have different aesthetics, and there's 3 courses to each of those.
So the main mechanics that lead into the team racing is you can share items. So if you get an item box, you can offer it to someone, or you can ask your team to send you an item box, which leads into the whole being able to certain people have unique items. You can share them amongst your team. That way, the other types can actually use those items. And then there's the slipstream. So whoever is in first place in your team, or like whoever's the lead of your 3-team pack, will cause a slipstream behind them. And then if you sit in that and then pull out of it, you will receive a speed boost. If one of your teammates is knocked out or going slower than you, if you pass by them, they will get a boost of speed as well. And there's some other things that'll happen. Whenever you do something positive to help your team, you increase your ultimate meter, just like in the other games where you had the other Sonic and Racing games from Sumo. You had an ultimate that you could perform. This one, you have to, when you fill the meter all the way, each 3 of your teammates get it, and then helps you boost through the pack. What does everyone think about the team mechanics? Since that's basically that's what makes this different from other racers.
I mean,
the other
they work.
games.
I like them, actually. I think, honestly, I probably wouldn't care for Team Sonic Racing as much without them. I think the fact that they are there gives it a unique flavor that not a lot of other games can really offer that are in its genre. It's one of those things where, like, if you're going to play this game, you're going to play it in a way that you can't really play the other games of its genre.
Mm-hmm.
I think it does exactly what it sets out to do. But at the same time, I also don't think it's like a super game-changing mechanic in the sense that it makes the game that much better than any other racer. It works and it's good, and it's fine. It works.
Justin, you want to weigh in on this?
This is basically Sonic Riders and karts.
I mean, yes, but we're talking specifically about the team mechanic.
Oh, well, it's basically Sonic Riders and team mechanics.
Sonic Riders is the original racing game for any franchise. The first racing game ever made.
Let's not even think about Sonic Drift.
There was also
What?
Also,
You just made up some words there.
Copies the little stream that you fall behind on one of your teammates. It's just that the only difference.
Yeah, that is actually a Sonic Riders thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Except there was
the slipstream thing.
There was an air current instead, and I think it was only generated by. I don't know if it was the guy ahead of you.
It was
also the
drifting.
guy in first place.
It could be made by anyone as long as they were drifting.
Oh, I get them in a straight line. Sometimes.
Well, it's been a long time since I played Sonic Riders. I couldn't even.
I actually played Sonic Riders.
This man came prepared.
Yeah.
So what next?
Oh wait, I have to give my points. We have to do the points thing because that's my thing. I'll give. What do we start at 5?
Oh right.
I'll give +2 to the whole team mechanic aspect of it.
+2.
+2.
Oh,
Jot that down. It's gonna come into play later.
For the viewers at home, if back when we started reviews in 2016 with the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild,
2017.
2018. Excuse you. Back in 2020 when we did our Breath of the Wild review, now I lost my train of thought. Anyway, 2 points to Gryffindor. All right. Next, I think the team adventure mode, so the single player mode, is like the next thing to talk about.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yep.
I appreciate that the game like attempts to have a story. Like, unlike a Mario Kart, I guess. I mean, it's not really a good story, but, like, it's there. It's somewhat entertaining.
There's fun dialogue exchanges.
There are. There are a few. There are a few good ones. Shit, I lost my train of thought. They're all just, like, it's basically visual novel cutscenes, where it's just, like, still images of characters with, like, lines of dialogue. But I mean, it's a racing game, so I kind of give it a pass. Does anyone want to say anything else about the story?
Yeah, I didn't really pay attention to the story, but I do want to mention at least the structure of the quote-unquote story mode is pretty neat. I like the fact that it has like this little board structure and you can like go down little paths, and it's not always just racing to win against another team. Sometimes there's like challenges and stuff like that, but I'm sure that's something we were all going to talk about in just a second. But I do like the way the mode is structured. I didn't really pay attention to the actual story, though.
-1 for putting the play the cutscenes button with the Y button and not the A button. What the actual fuck?
That is true. Like, you need to, like, instead of just pressing the A button, you have to press the Y button to play the level with cutscenes, which is backwards to what it should be.
Yeah.
I think they just assume that people don't care, so they'd rather put the confirm button as skipping the cutscene.
But, like...
Yeah, but as someone who wants to watch it, and I'm not gonna read your small-ass text down to the bottom to see what's what, and then I'm halfway through World 1, and I'm like, why isn't there any cutscenes or story?
I went through the whole first world before I realized, wait a minute. Where's the story?
I mean, to be fair, once I had seen it, I had seen it myself, because I did make the same mistake where, like, I didn't realize what I was doing. I mean, I didn't really feel like I was missing anything, so it's not really that big of a deal for me.
But no, I will say the structure of the missions, I do like that. I like that you have some side missions that you can collect, you know, the keys to unlock further pathways and stuff, and then there's tons of optional stuff that you can do. That if you so choose, you can go down the harder challenges, and it has some pretty unique challenges once you get going through it, like only using one wisp in the race or something like that. So there's some fun stuff there.
Do you have anything to say, Justin?
It is... I don't know. It just has a fat animal that tells you the race, and then you go through
It has a Tanuki as the character.
But it's not Tanuki Girl, so I don't care.
Oh.
I demand Sonic R2 with a story mode.
Well, he just said no, but I'll kill him.
I mean,
Saying no.
the best thing about, like, well, it's not even story, it doesn't matter if I say it or not, but, like, the best thing about the game that makes it better than every single kart racer ever is that, the racers actually, like, shit-talk each other, and it's actually kind of funny.
Oh yeah, we can get into that if we want to.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't think I was ever ready for the day I heard Tails say, "Who's your daddy, Shadow?"
Cringe before Zavok.
Cringe before Zavok!
Yeah, this is the game where Landon realized that Zavok was the greatest character created by humans.
Zavok is the greatest character created by space aliens.
Do we want to just
Plus
go over...
10 points for Zavok.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Zavok is going to single-handedly make Team Sonic Racing his highest rated game so far with his scoring system.
If we could go back to the adventure mode, specifically the challenges.
Oh
in
my god,
adventure mode.
minus 5 points for the ring challenge.
Oh my
Fuck that.
god.
Oh my
I
god.
hate it. They always put the bars for like the different like medals way too high. It's like, oh yeah, you need like 1500 for the platinum and it's like 700 for the silver. And by the way, you're gonna be lucky if you can even get 300.
Wait, I can't remember which ringer was it?
What?
The ring challenge
The
is
ring
the one
chal-
where you have to drift through the rings to keep
Oh.
time.
Yeah.
Me and my sister got a few golds on those ones.
Look at Mister, I'm good
one
at the
platinum.
game.
Minus. So this covers all of the like the challenge ones, but -1 for platinum rank. It doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter. Why have it in there? You don't get it. You don't get the star if you get the platinum. You have to get the silver.
It's
medal
like
in order to clear the stage.
other
What the fuck?
other challenges are actually kind of fun. Like I like the kill the badniks.
Yeah, Smash challenge is fun.
Yeah, the Daredevil ones are decent. Like sometimes they can
Those-
be kind of a bitch, but like they're not as nearly as hard as the fucking ring challenges.
Actually, the one I hate the
Those
most-
ones are where there's a like a post where you have to drift as close as you can to it without hitting.
I don't like the star posts because I keep running into them. Actually,
God damn you!
I'm just
I
glad
think-
that I'm not alone in not liking how unreasonably challenging the ring challenges are.
But no, yeah, the ring challenges can go fuck themselves. To get a platinum, you literally need to have like a perfect 3 laps with no fuck ups.
for me, I don't know. It might be because my eyesight is fucking garbage, but the star posts give me the most shit. The ring ones are easy because I can never judge how close I am to those fucking star posts.
What do we want to move on to next?
Characters.
Yes, characters.
Characters.
I wanted to say, who wants to list off all the characters? We got
Sonic, Tails, Knuckles.
For Team Sonic.
All right, for Team Sonic, we've got Amy, Omo Chow, and Big for Team Rose. We've got Blaze, Silver, and Vector for Team Chaotix.
No, it's just Team Vector.
Team Vector,
yeah, it's just Team Vector.
but
Vector is the team.
is joke. Okay. And then we've got Shadow, Omega, and Ruby for Team Shadow. And we've got Metal Sonic, Eggman, and Zavok for Team Bad Boys. That's it.
Why?
15 characters.
Where the fuck is SBO and Cream? Why the fuck is Vector teaming up with Blaze and Silver?
So
Why?
I'm gonna give the game a -3 points for this because there's so many characters that they can pull from. If they're going to do a Sonic only and dump the rest of the Sega catalog, you can make 21 characters easy.
Where's
the
Cream?
Where's Cream?
Where's
Where's Charmy? Where's SBO?
You know,
And-
honestly,
we might as well mention this now. While yes, they only just recently appeared in Sonic Mania after so many years, but I mean, considering they just added Ray and Mighty, they could have brought him back again.
Ray and Mighty
And-
don't even have modern forms yet.
And Knack, Bean, and Bark could have been a team. They could have easily brought them in, and then the Sonic Riders character, like Hawks,
What, Jet
or
Wave and
whatever
Storm?
they are. Yeah,
That
Jet
would have
Wave and Storm
actually
could
been
have
a
in
really
this.
nice nod to Sonic Riders fans, like people who've been following the different Sonic racing games for this long.
And I'm just like, it's like, 15, that's a fair amount of characters for a kart racer, but like, there are
Yeah.
just some missed opportunities here.
They got a million
Yeah.
Sonic characters, and they only added like 10% of them.
So I mean, we got a pretty good selection, but They could have added more. So that's.
I think though, you should at least not take off points because they didn't add Classic Sonic again.
Ooh.
Oh.
I mean, it's not a Generations.
We don't have 2 Sonics, so.
But
there
we
is
have a
that.
Metal
But there's
Sonic.
Metal Sonic.
Yeah, but Metal Sonic is cool.
Yeah. Metal Sonic says things.
No, he doesn't.
Beep boop.
He says beep boop.
Metal Sonic follows the rule of cool, so it's okay.
But Shadow's the coolest.
Okay, actually, while we're
cool.
on the topic of characters, so all the characters have specific vehicles that they use, but as Landon said, you can customize them. There'll be like different parts, as well as legendary variations of those parts that are like gold. So you could like
They're literally no different from the regular ones, though. They're just gold.
they're just gold.
Can I minus 1 personally because I think the gold is gaudy as shit and I fucking hate it.
You can minus 1, but it's not going to affect Landon's score in any way. But it's there if you want it. You can be that pretentious person like the people in Mario Kart that just run around with gold carts everywhere. But yeah, there's I think 3 options, and then there's legendary variations of those. But they do affect.
There's 3 options, but there's 3 different
yeah. There's
items
also
that you change.
Yeah, there's the back, the front, and the wheels.
Mm-hmm.
And there's actually some pretty cool different combinations you can have. I don't know about you, but I literally just made my Sonic into a glass cannon. His weight and his his handling is his handling's alright because he's a speed, but his weight is pretty bad. His defense is just garbage, but his acceleration, his boost, and his top speed are all just almost at the end of the bar.
There is some fun stuff you can do, and there's a lot of color options.
Yes.
You can unlock additional colors,
Paint jobs
to paint you can customize what
textures they use.
what each part is and what texture. So there's a lot for that. So I'll give a point for that.
Yeah, there's a lot of customization options. I mean, you may not have too many different parts, but they're all unique on each character. They don't really repeat at all. And plus, like Landon said, you have a lot of different colors and textures and stuff you can deck out your cards with. So
Feels so right.
there's a lot of different stuff there. Do we want to talk about?
But in order to get that garbage, you have to get mod points
And play a gotcha game.
and play a fucking -3 points for this damn gotcha game. Why does every shop have to be a goddamn gotcha now? Why?
Because Japan.
Why?
Because Box Boy.
Because mobile games.
Why? Just give me a damn shop so I can go, I'm only going to play as Knuckles. I want to buy that. And I want to buy that paint job. And that's all I want to do. What the goddamn motherfucking shit, Sega?
Because when this game was being developed, Sega was really in the Dokkan battle.
Do we want to talk about the multiplayer, online stuff like that?
Sure. When the servers work.
Yeah.
The only multiplayer I've ever played was split screen. I've never touched the multiplayer.
Well, then you could talk about the offline
Perfect.
co-op, and then we could talk about the online
Because
co-op.
none of us has played it offline.
I mean, with other
At
people.
least I. Yeah. Go for it, Justin.
Split screen, I mean, this was a PS4, so it's obviously going to be more powerful on the Switch, but the split screen actually works fine. There are some points, mostly when everything decides to hit the fucking fan at once, that it starts to lose a little bit of frame rate, but I don't think it loses any more than, maybe 2 or 3 frames of its maximum amount whenever there's a lot of chaos going on. So, I think it runs fine. This is just my bad eyesight, but the only thing I don't like about split screen is that because obviously your screen is cut in half, everything's a little bit more crunched. So it might be.
Does it do it vertical or horizontal split?
It's a horizontal split.
Okay.
What you call it? But like again, this is my bad eyesight, but the screen crunch might cause you to not be able to see things very well. But again, that's entirely like up to the user, because obviously some people might have better eyesight than me, some people might have worse eyesight than me. So it really just depends on the person, really. But performance-wise, it runs just fine.
Okay. As far as online goes, well, in multiplayer in general, there's quite a few different modes that they give you for that you can choose from. Jack and I were playing with a bunch of different ones.
I tried to play with them one night.
I did say when the servers work.
Yeah.
That night, the servers were just like, nope. It wasn't just your internet, because your internet was like, the servers then were just like trash after that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, my connection was pretty fine up until it just said, hey, connection fail.
Yeah.
But
there's a King of the Hill mode where you want your team, whoever's team is in first the most, like you have to hit a certain amount of time, and then the team wins. There's a vampire mode where you slowly lose rings as you race through. Do you remember any of the other ones, Jack? I think there was like some like wisp, like certain wisp onlys.
It was like, yeah, there's like
Modes.
boost only, there's like rockets only. Did you say King of the Hill?
I did. King of the Hill was the first one.
There was like vampire mode, I think it was called.
I said that one.
Yeah. I think that's it.
Okay.
There might
That
be one more
it.
that I'm forgetting, but
Yeah. The main one is you can do team races or single races online. For the most part, it works fine. It's just when you get to the end of a race where it decides to go, hey, choose someone who performed this thing. Yay! It doesn't affect anything. Alright, now we're going to slowly go through all the points that everyone got. Yay! Yeah, it just runs kind of slow. When we would rather, alright, let's get to the next race. It kind of wastes your time. So I would hope that they would make it a skip option, or like a, alright, we don't have to wait for the countdown, everyone has voted already type deal. But online it plays fine. It just it plays normal, you know.
Plays like multiplayer.
Huh?
I said it plays like multiplayer.
It plays like multiplayer. That is for fucking sure. Probably the last aspect that we should probably cover is the visuals and the audios.
Yes.
How the game looks and how the game sounds. And then we can go, like, I guess into performance, if there's anything like performance-wise we want to talk about. But visually, and like, also tracks. We can throw tracks into this part. But how do we feel about how the game looks?
I think the game looks fantastic.
it looks pretty good. I will say that I feel like sometimes I remember that I feel like I'm not getting kind of the full visual experience by playing it on the Switch, because the Switch does half the frame rate as every other platform that the game is on, unfortunately. But I mean, like, it does run very smoothly. So
I was gonna
I guess
say,
we'll get to...
despite the fact that it's 30 frames, like, at least from my experience, those 30 frames have been steady. So, like, I don't really feel like it was a detriment at all. Like, it still is visually stunning. I don't know the resolution of the game, though. What is the resolution you're running at?
I'm sure it's 1080.
Yeah, I was
Can't
gonna say, I can't imagine it's not 1080. Because
Yeah,
it
1080
is very detailed.
Probably want to say maybe 720 handheld, but I haven't played it much in handheld.
I believe it is 720.
I was going to
handheld.
say, I played it in handheld, and it didn't look like any different quality-wise from when I played Mario Kart 8 on handheld, so I think it's 720.
Okay.
Shit, I was gonna say something. Once in a while there is, like Justin said, there's gonna be, like, some fucking chaotic bullshit that happens that causes the frame rate to dip slightly. It's
Oh
very...
my goodness.
It's not super common, but once in a while your frame rate is just gonna tank.
Especially
It's-
if you're doing one of the Smash challenges.
It's
It's probably the worst of it.
I notice it's usually going to happen in the races later on in the story when there's a bunch of teams all at once, and then some clusterfuck happens and everybody's getting hit and they're all spinning out and losing their rings. That's when you're probably going to see something like that. I did have it happen like a couple of times, but it was so rare that I didn't even notice it. It almost felt like it was a natural effect to the game, to be honest with you.
Music is good.
Oh yeah.
Unless
the
Justin
music's good.
wanted to say
Great.
something about how the...
Oh yeah,
game-
how it
game
performs
looks.
on the PS4 version.
Although he kind of did already, but
yeah, he did
go
say
ahead,
that.
Justin.
Unless you're running on split screen, and that's only when it gets really hectic, the game never really loses frame rate, even when it's getting really crazy, because, more powerful hardware, so that's bound to happen. I also like to think the graphics are a little better, but I have no comparison.
I'm sure they are.
Yeah. It's probably mostly with, although the resolution's the same, it's probably with like more advanced textures and lighting.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's the ability to render everything a lot better without losing any frame rate as well.
Yeah, there's no loss of graphical fidelity.
Alright, I mean, we basically summed up how everything...
Music is fantastic.
Music
is.
is great, yeah.
I really like how
Holy
they
shit.
remix, like,
+1 for music.
stage themes from the stages that they're pulling from. Really nice.
I never thought I'd ever hear a remix of fucking Sanopolis or something. Or
I never thought they would remix Final Egg from SA1, but they did that, actually.
Yeah, that was weird.
They bring back a lot of, like, semi-obscure songs for remixes,
Which is
and
good
it all
because,
sounds really good.
It's so nice and refreshing to, like, not have the same fucking zones from old Sonic games being shoved down our throats again and again.
Well, because people were surprised at Sanopolis. Nobody likes fucking Sanopolis.
I like Sandopolis Act 1.
So next time we're probably gonna get a remix of Labyrinth Soul.
Oh gosh.
God.
I'm okay with it. Let's go.
I kind of wish for like the stage aesthetics they had a little bit more variety, because you get like 3 ocean, seaside hill, whatever motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You get like you get sets of 3 with a lot of these themes. I think Studiopolis would have been really cool to have a track based off of that.
Yeah. Especially because of how I honestly think Studiopolis had like the most artistic flair to it.
But that's just a once.
For the most part, I think they do a good job of making tracks within a particular zone different enough, but some of the tracks in Seaside Hill and some of the ones in fucking
I do want to mention
Casino Park.
I do want to mention 2 of the tracks out of the 3 from Planet Wisp's section felt similar enough I didn't even realize I was racing on a different track.
I felt the same way about two of the Casino Park zones, because like they brought back the one track from the original All Stars Racing, where like you have like the most notable set piece is the part where the track splits in half and it creates like a heart shape. They do that in 2 different tracks in the Casino Park area, and it just feels a little bit samey. But I mean, otherwise, for the most part, the tracks are really good.
they can get a little long.
Yeah,
Are
some
on the
some of them
longer
are
side.
some of them
yeah.
are pretty fucking long, like
If you're
Sky Road.
if you're expecting this game to have like your typical like Mario Kart like 3 minute at best like 3-lap race, there's some of these tracks that like took like 4.5 minutes.
This
Fucking-
is Rainbow Road 64.
Like I
like
genuinely
OG.
yeah, like I genuinely was like surprised when several of the races I was on, I was like hitting lap 3 and I was like, damn, this isn't over yet.
I think Sky Road
It
is
isn't
the
over
worst
yet.
offender. It's like
That
that
road is probably the worst at it.
that track is like over 6 minutes long, actually. And that was a problem actually with some tracks in All Stars Racing Transformed, but in that game there was like destructible and constantly changing environments that made each lap feel different from the last one. So I kind of forgive that game a little bit for it, but in this game, like tracks like Sky Road, they feel like they go on for a little too long.
You know something?
Yeah, there's no changes or anything with this, which is unfortunate that they didn't continue that from Transformed, which that was an aspect of Transformed I loved.
You know, I find it interesting that, like, even though it literally doesn't really get referenced in any other game minus the 3DS version of Generations and it's only for a boss fight, the racing games seem to reference Final Fortress a lot, I noticed.
Like, yeah.
There was a Final Fortress track in Transformed, I believe.
No,
Or was it the original, actually? I don't know.
No, they're in all 3 games. Final Fortress is in all 3 games.
Oh.
I was gonna say, if I remember correctly, I did watch Ant Dude's review of the racing trilogy, and he did mention how most of the courses that are being brought back from Team Sonic Racing at least appeared in the original Sonic in Sega All Stars.
Yeah.
There's like a couple. There's like very few from Transform compared to the original one that are being brought up.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I got for that.
You did mention musically. There's some
Yeah.
bops.
A lot of remixes. Yeah, there's a lot of good remixes. I think we pretty much covered everything.
It's nice to have the banter of the characters, because it does add some life, and it's not as obnoxious as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, whereas
I'm the coolest.
whereas most kart racers always use redistributed lines, it's nice to hear like the fact that this entire game has completely fresh dialogue.
I also really like the engine sounds for the cars. I don't know why. I find that like the fact that they use like kind of authentic sounds for the revving and shit like that.
Because you're a freak.
I am a freak, but that's besides the point.
Oh,
I like the way certain characters are written in this game. Shadow is more of an asshole than ever before. Silver is a good boy, and Rouge is way too horny.
I mean,
I also find
this is just exaggerating aspects of these characters that have been there all along.
Pretty much.
Amy seems to constantly be like a genre savvy for the entire game.
I'm pretty sure there was one part where like Omo Chow was like trying to teach a tutorial, and Amy was just like, yeah, we get it.
Yeah, it's like they gave Amy the personality of the modern day fan.
I mean, she's been a fan of Sonic this whole time.
That's nice, big.
It does give some characters a breath of fresh air, because there's been quite a lot of characters in the past that were not always written to the best of their potential. So, they're pretty much all enjoyable this time around.
Voice acting for the most part is really good, except for Knuckles, I'd say.
Yeah, Knuckles.
Knuckles sounds
He's a new
weird.
guy.
I know he's a new guy. I don't know if Travis is ever going to come back, but like,
Can I just
if he
say
doesn't, I hope the new guy fits into his role well.
the Knuckles conga line I want to say actually kind of annoys me because everyone after Scott Dreyer, well, actually no, because Dan Green, he did his own impersonation of Knuckles, but or impression of Knuckles. But everyone after, like, well, I say everyone, but now there's only the two. Everyone after Dan Green tries to do the Dan Green impression, might be too much, and I feel like they really need to give Knuckles like a new sounding like inflection instead of just trying to mimic Dan Green all the time.
I feel like Travis was trying to mimic Dan Green, but I feel like he did a really good job at it. The new guy, I forget his name, feels like he's trying to mimic Travis a little too hard, while also trying to mimic Dan Green. It's not bad in the grand scheme of Sonic the Hedgehog voices. It's actually pretty decent, but, like, it's just a little off-putting because Travis has been the voice of Knuckles for nearly a decade before this game.
Well, Travis is also
Yeah.
Zavix, so it's kind of weird that he wouldn't be Knuckles.
Yeah.
Travis is not Zavik in this game.
It's Patrick
They-
Seitz.
Yeah, Patrick Seitz, who just recently did the voice acting for Ulbrich from Octopath. Ulbrich and Zavik are now the same character. Ulbrich
Fuck.
is in the Mario universe.
Fuck.
And also the Octopath universe.
Fuck.
And I said Ulbrich is in the Mario universe. Yes, Ulbrich is obviously in the Octopath universe.
I mean, I meant to say Zavik is in the Octopath universe.
Zavok is a swordsman in Octopath Traveler. I can't wait for the sequel.
I can't wait to see Zavik in Final Fantasy VII.
I can't wait to see Zavik as the President of the United States.
I mean,
Oh my
there-
God.
Sonic
I
06
will vote for him, you cowards.
I mean, Sonic 06 was the original draft for the Final Fantasy VII remake, right?
It's the original tech demo.
Lennon, do you have any...
Oh, God.
I was
What?
going to say, Lennon, do you have any last-minute additions or subtractions of points?
No. Give me what I got.
6.
6! This game's ice.
6.
It functions, it turns on.
It doesn't break
Sounds
your
more like a
PS
5 to me.
It doesn't.
Oh, sorry. It,
Didn't Legend of Zelda
no-
Breath of the Wild get a 6 too?
Yes, this game is exactly as good as The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which means it will be Lennon's Game of the Year.
Shit.
So,
But in all seriousness, this game is fun. I think if it came out at a $60 price tag, I would have been a little bit more mad about it. But because
Flippin'
they
shit.
put it out, they put it out at a $40 price tag. I'm okay with. I'm happy with the package.
Sega has learned that Sonic games lately are not worth $60, so they lowered the price.
Yeah. Does anyone
Jack.
want to go through their final thoughts on the Team Sonic Racing?
I think the game is fun. It curbed my satisfaction for a non-Mario Kart racer, at least for a little while. I don't see myself going back to this one like deep into the future like I still do with Mario Kart 8, but I had a fun time with it. I don't like it as much as Transformed, because I played Transformed like a shit ton, and I like that's legit like just one of my favorite racing games. It's so I guess it's kind of like a high bar to say that this isn't as good as Transformed, but it's still a fun time. It's a good game. It's for $40, I'd say it's worth it. It's if you can get someone else to play it with, then go for it. I'd say.
I will say that is basically what Jack has said. It's an enjoyable game. It's definitely worth $40. I am going to add, though, that with a lot of the competition that it has, especially this generation, where you have Mario Kart 8 and the new Crash Team Racing remake, it might be hard pressed to like have a slot, but if you like kart racing games, you can definitely do like way worse. Like this is definitely a good game, and the team racing mechanic is unique enough where even if it doesn't do phenomenal, it at least gets to set itself apart. It has some sort of identity. But like Jack said, you know, it's good. It's not amazing. I'm gonna give it like a soft 8.
Oh,
Landon, you basically summarized what you wanted to say about it, right?
Yeah,
Let's
I
jump
really
on to
enjoy this game.
Justin.
I like the game. I actually have a slight issue with the team boost mechanic because I think at least when you're playing offline, which I do almost all the time, I think it was an interesting concept, but one, I think getting rid of everybody's like all-star move kind of, neutered everybody's individuality, and I honestly think the team boost is a little bit too frequent because you tend to find the AI does it like almost every 10 seconds. So it
Oh god,
honestly
yeah.
becomes a bit.
You do have that. You do make a good point there.
So it honestly becomes a bit of an issue. See, the thing about the Sonic games is that unlike Mario Kart, it was a little bit more about skill because the items weren't as good. But with team racing, I honestly find it's a little bit hard even to win with skills just because of the fact that everybody's boosting every 10 seconds. So it's just like, who can fill up the gauge fastest and then get going, which happens way too often. And, like, this is simply graphically, I mean, gameplay-wise, I still think it's a little inferior, but, like, graphically-wise, I definitely do think it's inferior to Transform, because I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I think Transform stages are better than literally any Mario Kart stage I've ever seen, because they are so vibrant, they're all animated with all this crazy shit happening in the background, and it changes as you play. I don't think anything will be as good as Transform stages, but that's more of a graphical nitpick. I don't think it affects gameplay too much. But beyond that, I think the game's fine. I just wish they didn't drop the Transform mechanic, because I like that mechanic.
Okay. Well, there you have it, folks. That is our review of Team Sonic Racing. If you've played this game already, give us a quick comment down below, letting us know how you thought. And if you haven't played it, I don't know what to tell you.
We basically gave you every good reason we could find to play it.
Yeah, so go ahead, go out, try it for yourself. Do all the normal stupid things that we ask you to do.
Like,
that
sacrifice
we know
your
you've
soul
either
to
already done.
Satan! I mean, what?
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 Anyway, Jesus, I don't know what that was. Yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, take care.